What's up, you guys? Today I got a little bit of a different video. Today I'm reacting to a video about how lust is viewed from a woman's perspective. And first thing I want to say is shout out to SaJa Brown, because the way that she explains this is very good. I've never heard this concept explained to me from a woman's perspective very well, so let's get into it.
It's very common for women to say that they hate lustful men, that they hate overly sexual men. And whenever they describe these men, we always describe them as pathetic or weak. They're weak. It's weak. It's weak. It's pathetic. It's weak.
This is something that I constantly say because it's very true. If you keep indulging in lust, it makes you weak.
And a lot of the confusion behind us saying this comes from the fact that we do a very, very poor job at being able to explain what we mean when we say these things. And I kind of wrestled with it for a little bit myself. And instinctually, I knew what other women were saying. Like, I know what they meant. I know what we mean when we say it, but I couldn't explain it. So I wrestled with it for a little bit, and I found a way of being able to explain it so that way men and women alike can all be on the same level of understanding as it pertains to why hypersexual men are typically undesirable. So the reason why women say that hypersexual men, that lustful men are undesirable is because of how our minds work as women. So as women, we understand, even if we don't want to admit it at times, that we're physically not the strongest. We're aware of this. And so we have to make decisions in order to protect ourselves. And that's typically one of the biggest characteristics that a woman will identify that she wants in a partner. I want a provider. I want a protector. And essentially what she's saying is she wants a man who is a leader. And what's the one quality that no one, male or female, wants in a leader? Over-emotional. No one wants an over-emotional leader. No one. Now, typically men deem over-emotional to be any emotion that's viewed as feminine. So sadness, anxiety, things like that are typically deemed to be feminine presenting emotions. So whenever a woman is displaying those emotions, a man will call it her being over-emotional. She's crying, she's sad because she saw a sad movie, or she saw a sad, some sort of sad story. Oh, she's being over-emotional. She's feeling a little over-emotional. But the truth is, over-emotional is any emotion that is in excess, including the ones that are deemed to be masculine. So
this is something that I can agree with as well. As men, we don't think too much about emotions that we deem as feminine, but too much emotion in certain things cannot be good. Things like pride, jealousy, tenderness. Too much of these emotions is not good.
You can be overly angry, you can be overly prideful, and you can also be overly lustful as well. So in being an overly lustful man, you are an over-emotional man. And an overly lustful man is any man who does not have structured parameters behind his lust, protecting his lust. And what I mean by structured parameters is things like marriage, right? There's a marital document, and there is that commitment and a bunch of commitments that follows this marriage that helps him stay directed in his lust, helps him, for lack of a better word, target his lust towards his wife specifically. So that way it's confined. So that's one of the forms of structure that is given to a man's lust that helps it stay within its parameters. And without these parameters, the lust runs wild and it becomes inefficient and even at times burdensome. And we as women acknowledge that because we do have a lot of responsibilities that we're supposed to have within the house and even outside of the house if she's a working woman. So we, in general, tend to have a lot of responsibilities that we have to attend to. And we're able to see that if this man is overly lustful, When I'm in the kitchen trying to make the cake for our child's birthday party where all of their friends are about to come over and celebrate with us, and he's supposed to be in the backyard blowing up the bounce house, instead of him doing what he's supposed to be doing and letting me do what I need to do, so that way we can get this party on the road, he's gonna be, if he can't control himself, right? He's gonna be in the kitchen trying to bother me. He's gonna be trying to stop me from finishing my tasks and doing what I need to do because he can't control himself. So it's just inefficient.
If you struggle with lust, this is a self-control problem. Struggling with lust, it will get in the way of your purpose. Lust will serve as a distraction, and it will get in the way of the things that you have to do, and it will affect your purpose negatively.
And it's ineffective, and it tends to present as something burdensome. And as a leader, right, you need to be able to control yourself if you're going to have any say-so over anyone else. Nobody would want a leader that can't control themselves, that can't rile in and discipline their lust. So there's so many different moving parts to it, but that's really the main concept. If you are a man and you are super lustful and you cannot control your lust, as in reel it in to one specific person, then it shows that there is a stain on your ability to lead that would make you ineffective for your wife and for your family, because your lust will take the reins when it comes to any of the various aspects of you being a protector. It's really an issue for women because of the reasons that I detailed just now.
A lack of control and lust is going to be something that will make you a terrible leader. Something that God has been revealing to me in these recent seasons of my life is that how can you expect to lead somebody else when you can't even control yourself? You can't have a godly relationship if you're going to be the kind of person that is going to lead your person away from God. A lot of women, they can't even see this in you. If you're somebody that is not in control of yourself, women can see that. And it will reflect in your appearance, your behavior, your actions, and your spirit. And all this will do is just block the right people from entering in your life. Again, shout out to SaJa Brown. This is the name of her channel. This was a very good explanation of what lust looks like from a woman's perspective. And it's good to see things from another perspective because this is gonna help us deepen our understanding in the things that we experience. So like, comment, subscribe, and I'll be back with another one.